Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Mehboob Shaikh from Face to Face Toronto 360 TV. We have our brother Islamic scholar from America. First I will introduce Imam Siraj. Imam Siraj Wahaj, Islamic scholar USA, President Mana. Imam Siraj is the Imam of the Al-Taqwa Mosque in Brooklyn, New York. Is a Pacific lecturer, community activist, and the leader of the Muslim Alliance in North America, and former vice president of ISNA. He accepted Islam in 1969. Imam Siraj is well known among Muslims in North America as a dynamic speaker and supporter of Islamic cause. He received Imam training at Ummul Qura University of Makkah in 1978. So I would like to ask Imam Sahab, you are here and in Canada, and you have a noble cause for you want to build a mosque, Masjid Ibrahim in Brampton, yeah?
Yes.
So Imam Sahab, coming from New York, you can please share about your background and what work you do in New York.
Yes, I'm the Imam of a masjid called Masjid al-Taqwa. You know, we started 40 years ago. And it's interesting, when we started, it was 100% African Americans. There's just 25 brothers and sisters. And alhamdulillah, before the pandemic, our average Jummahs was 1,300 people. And now in my community, the African Americans, maybe 20 or 25%. We have about 38 different ethnicities in our community. And we have brothers and sisters from all over the planet, alhamdulillah, to come and worship with us. And we first started, I remember, we didn't have any Muslim businesses in that area. But after we got started, we had over 30 Muslim businesses on the block alone. So Muslims began to grow in that area. And I know the significance of a masjid in the area, it changes the area. When we first went there 40 years ago, the police told us that that area was one of the worst in the city. Now it's one of the best. We had 15 drug houses on the block of the masjid when we first got there. Alhamdulillah, we closed them down completely. So the area now is a very thriving area. Everybody wants to move in that area. It's a wonder to behold.
As someone who has been helping build 100 of masjid, can you share the importance of supporting masjid project like Masjid Ibrahim?
Yeah. Let me tell you something interesting. There's another masjid next to my masjid, maybe 3 or 4 blocks at max. So they're close. Masjid Taqwa and that masjid. And one day the Imam said, Imam, we want to do a fundraiser. We want you to be the keynote speaker. I said, fine. And I got the people in my masjid to donate. We donated more money to that masjid than that own masjid itself. Why am I saying that? Because you have a lot of masjids in Canada, right? And to me, you never have enough. You never have enough. And so the fact that there are other masjids here, all of us should combine together and make donation to this wonderful masjid, because I think that the masjid is the key to the success of a particular area. The more masjids we have, the better it is. And in fact, the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, told us that whoever builds a masjid for Allah, Allah will build for them a home in Jannah.
No doubt.
I heard that I was really happy to hear that this will be the largest masjid in all of Canada. Alhamdulillah, I can't wait. I saw the foundation today, not only the masjid, but the gymnasium. And alhamdulillah, I can't wait for it to be built. And as soon as we get this money, hopefully we can build it, hopefully within 2 years, inshallah.
Inshallah. So Mayor of Brampton and one of the community leader from different categories, they are also supporting you, yeah?
Yes, alhamdulillah, this is what I hear, that Muslims all over, and that's what makes this beautiful. It's not just one person or handful of people, but it's so many people that are gathering together and putting their nickels and their dimes and their dollars together to help build this masjid.
Imam Sahib, you have seen the Muslim community in North America grow in the last 50 years. And where do you see it growing the next 50 years?
I think that you'll see more institutions. I think you'll see more businesses. Like, for instance, right now in New York City, supposedly we have 1,300,000 Muslims and at least 300 masjids, at least. probably more. So right now, I think you'll start seeing more Islamic institutions. For instance, we have 35 full-time Muslim schools in New York City. And I think that there'll be more. I think there'll be hundreds. I think there'll be hundreds of Muslim schools, thousands. We already have thousands of Muslim businesses, but bigger and thriving. So I see the growth of Islam. There's a city near Detroit, Hamtramck. For the first time in the history of this country, the mayor of the city is Muslim, and the entire city council, about 7 city council members, all of them Muslims. When you look in Maine, in Africa, and every once in a while we have an open house where we bring our neighbors in and share with them what it's like inside of a masjid. And not only that, we have food programs that we feed the poor and feed people in the neighborhood. So alhamdulillah, we have a great relationship with our neighbors in our masjid in New York City.
So how many Muslims have accepted Islam through your hands, your efforts?
I don't know. People ask me that so many times. Really, wallahi, I'm not trying to be humble, but I don't know. But alhamdulillah, a lot of people. And you know what happens sometimes? I'll go and give a lecture at a university. I'll come back the next year. And someone will come to me and say, Imam, last year you spoke at our university. I want to let you know 3 months later I became Muslim. So you have a lot of that. So you don't know. You don't really know that you try your best to share this message with the people. And alhamdulillah, many of them become Muslim, some of them don't. But at least even those who don't become Muslim, at least they're not opposed to Islam. They're not opposed to the Muslims. And they get a better appreciation for Islam.
Imam Sahib, as you know, in our society, we are facing recently Islamophobia and different kind of hate crime in North America, in Europe, and different countries. So how do you change the negative perception of Islam in the West?
You have to remember something. You know, Muslims are not the first people, you know, that have been attacked. It used to be the Jews, it used to be the Irish, it was the Italians, the Black people, immigrants. It happens like that. And I think that once people see who we are, know who we are, all of that stuff, it goes away. And I anticipate one year, inshallah, it'll go away. I believe one day we may have a Muslim president of the United States of America. There may be Muslim governors. And so that's just the way it is. You know, we have to be patient and show people who we are.
What are the 3 things Muslim can do to change the perception of Islam in the West?
That they have to stop we have to stop, you know, portraying ourselves as strangers. We're not strangers. In fact, when you look at American cities now, many of our doctors are Muslims. Many of the merchants, store merchants are Muslims. You know, especially a place like New York City, literally there are thousands of Muslim businesses, Muslim neighbors. I talk to the people in my neighborhood. The Muslims, when they begin to talk to the people in the neighborhood, and for us, neighbors are sacred. And so I think when we begin to engage, when people see that we are concerned about our neighborhoods, and when they see us involved politically, then that changes the attitude that people have with Muslims.
And if I will ask you, so how should Muslims born in other countries deal with the cultural sensitivities of their Western-born kids?
If I understand your question, I think that what happens that when you move to a country, I'm born here. I'm an American. And it's one thing when you're born in the country and you understand the culture, the country, but it's another thing when you move into the country. It takes a minute. It takes a while. You know, some people have language barriers, so it takes a minute to learn the customs of the country, and then alhamdulillah, and you're welcome. You know, as a regular American.
Yeah, of course. Construction of Masjid Ibrahim has stopped due to lack of funds.
Yes, alhamdulillah. We started construction a while back, but it had to slow down because we needed more funds. So I think if we get about $6 million more, inshallah, we build it right away, inshallah. Yeah, it'd be nice if each individual can donate $2,000. If we get 1,000 people doing that, we can raise a substantial amount of money. Inshallah, we'll do it. Everybody out there who's listening, if you can donate $2,000, even more than that, that would be really, really nice. And again, we'll see another masjid built, and we'll get credit with Allah the Almighty.
That means you need $2 million right now for construction?
I think, yeah, we understood that even if we got $1 million, we can start right away constructing again. 2 million would be nice, but $1 million would get started right away.
Mm-hmm. So any message for our viewers through our TV channel, Toronto 360 TV, and social media?
The message is for Muslims in Canada. We are Canadians, right? Like I'm an American, you're Canadians.
Yeah.
This is your country, and you have an obligation to always work to make it well. And part of our job as Muslims is to share our faith with others, and to respect other people's faith. It's a multicultural society.
Yeah.
And this is what I love about Canada. There you go.
MashaAllah. So thank you so much once again, Imam Sahab, for your precious time and giving me this opportunity for this noble cause.
Thank you so much. And you continue the great work you're doing.
Thank you so much. Just remember me in your prayers, Imam Sahab.
Thank you. Done.
Thank you so much. So there will be exclusive in-person fundraising event with Imam Siraj Wahaj along with 20 Canadian Muslim community members over the day of December. Now they'll start from 24th, 25th, and 26th. Some of the notable speakers including Faisal Saab, the lawyer, professor, lawyer and writer. Khalid Usman Saab is the city councillor and charter accountant. Mustafa Farooq Saab, NCCM and CEO of and lawyer, and Mayor Patrick Brown. So please, I would like to request our community and the people they are living here in Canada, please donate and support this noble cause. And if we can do something for this noble cause, inshallah, Allah will reward you. I think this is the kind of act we need in our society and our community. Today is the Jummah. Can you pray for our community, Muslim community?
Yes, I'm going to make this dua that Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam made, and I think it's appropriate for all times. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him to build his house, just like we're trying to build this Masjid Ibrahim. And he did it, him and his son, because the angels told Hagar that your son and his father are going to build this house. And so Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, being the real slave of Allah, I'm going to make the dua that he made. After he did the job that Allah asked him to do. And I'm going to say this for all the Canadians. And رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us all of the things that we do, all of the worship that we do, all the prayers that we do, all the fasting that we do, all the feed the poor people that we feed, and all the messages that we build. We ask Allah to accept it from us. Ameen.
May
Allah bless you and your family, Shaikh, in this life and in the hereafter.
Thank you so much, Imam. Thank you so much once again.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.